Welcome to Level Up TV at levelupthegame.net with Vor and me, Disrepute. Hello Vor, mate, how are you? You a good friend of mine, yeah?
Yeah, excellent, pal, excellent.
Pretty happy after that first map, I'd imagine. It seemed to be a good game. Sweden very dominant against Italy, which is the map we're covering. This is map 2 of that, in the ClanBase Nations Cup 2012.
Oh, slow down.
I couldn't control myself. It's too excited.
You're confusing me.
So yeah, ClanBase Nations Cup 2012. This is the semi-final. The winner will go on to play France
in the grand final.
The grand final.
A tough opponent indeed.
Certainly are. Sweden are now 1-0 up, taking that first map. Their map choice Purgatory, 174 to 123. Rick Mage has been substituted out for Italy, so let's see who his replacement is. Well, Flash, Sturmy, Zyrinx, and the substitute Dimitrian.
Tornado specialist, we have word that he is very proficient at this map.
Certainly is. And for Sweden, we have Dibby, Puri, Blind, and Sparty. No substitutes being made there. Tornadovore, the newest map to the map calls.
Map? Oh, right, I suppose it is.
It again is a double parrot map. Pretty small though. I mean, I've seen some maps, some dual maps about this size that are suitable for 1 vs 1. So 4v4 on this map. There's going to be lots of combat, lots of fighting. Very exciting. See how it rhymed a little bit?
Oh, that's really good. Have you been on that rhyming website?
Yeah, I searched for Introduction to Maps in QuakeLiveRhymes.com.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I came
That's
up
the
with
one
that
I was on earlier.
Well, actually, there is a substitution for Sweden. Phoenix is coming in. I don't think we've seen him play in this cup thus
My
far.
favourite one is rhymezone.com.
How is it? That's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Good thought.
Rhymezone.
Not bad for. Not bad. Yeah, Phoenix in and Blind out.
Phoenix, that's an interesting one. I mean, normally you associate Phoenix more with CTF, although he is a very good TDM player as well. I don't know, has Phoenix played so far in this tournament?
No, I don't think we've seen him play, but I don't think we saw every Swedish game.
No, we didn't see every game, yeah.
And hey, maybe he is the tornado specialist.
Yeah, exactly.
He's going to create a storm.
Big game player as well, we've got to hope, because you know, he's coming in at a semi-final to be expected to put in a performance at the drop of a hat. Not sure what type of hat this time, but still, you know, he's got very short notice to step up his game and be playing with some of the best players around.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah? You understand me?
Yes, I understand you. You seem to be an expert.
What? Seem to be.
Well, seem to be, you know. I don't want to put anybody out, you know. If I say you are an expert, there's always going to be a debate about it, but if I just say seem to, no one can pull me up on that one. Yeah, exactly.
You're a coward, in other words.
My solicitor training coming to the fore.
Why doesn't Sturmy wear a tag? He's the only one who doesn't.
Yeah, it's quite a shame that such a professional individual creates such an unprofessional looking image. God, that sounded pretty vicious, didn't it? But
yeah,
I'm afraid I'm afraid it's the case when it comes to tags. Yeah, I've got an obsession. I like to see everybody wearing their team's tag.
I know what you mean. It's just common courtesy to your opponent and the community.
Streamers, so they don't have to write in your name.
And your nation, you've got to be proud to represent them.
Maybe Sturmy's not proud of me, he's wearing red as well. What's that about?
Red? That's not a, you know,
traditional Italian colour.
On its own, it's not a very Italian colour. No. It's more of a Moroccan colour.
A Moroccan colour. Yeah. Although, obviously, it's part of their flag, so...
I know it is, but, you know, at least he could maybe do a... You know, the other colours in there, some white and green in there.
That looked pretty good, as their name,
yeah,
I guess.
That was pretty cool.
Going for the Italian blue, though, with the tag. You see, traditionally in a lot of their sports, they wear that.
Yeah, and their crest, or whatever you'd maybe want to call it.
Because red was, as we see from a lot of films and visual images, a Roman colour.
If you ask Shankly, he'd tell you all about it.
Oh, okay. Why don't you give us a bit of insight?
Well, Shankly thought that... I don't know if it was his idea, but he certainly agreed with it. You know, he decided to put Liverpool in an all-red kit you know, when they tested it out at training ground, he was pretty satisfied with results because he thought it looked so intimidating when people in a full red kit came running at him. So maybe Sturmey's going for that effect. When people just see that red name, you know, they worry.
Creeps into their heart, yeah.
Fear becomes part of their game as well. And you know, most players can't perform to their fullest when they are gripped by fear.
Quivering.
Quivering, yeah. There is some studies to suggest that quivering while you use the lightning gun can be beneficial in certain players.
Yeah, we have done some tests, and a certain level of resonating definitely has a positive impact in some situations. Anyway, the teams are just readying up, so that's Flash, Zyrinx, Sturmy and Dimitri for Italy, and for Sweden, Dibby, Puri, Phoenix and Sparty. What kind of map play do we expect them to see here? What are the key zones for?
Well, red armor's a key because, well, it's red armor, and on this map it's in such a nice position defensively and offensively. Defensively because it's hard to get up to it, and offensively because it actually looks out over a large portion of the map, so very key position. I don't know much about how much action we'll see at the rail. I mean, it's a very important item, of course, on this map, but whether or not there's a lot of action actually at it, it's hard to say. I guess it depends on how they play it out.
It is an interesting item in the water, so
yeah, in the water, so it's vulnerable while you're picking it up.
Let's start off following Flash. He's going to get the spawn up on the red. In fact, both the Italian players did. Puri messed up that rocket jump, just went too high and then blew himself up off that wall. Actually, I'm going to cycle away from Flash, hasn't got too much to work with. We've gone to Dibby, who's got the mega health in the midfield of the map. It's in very
you should be on the
zone.
Sturmy. He's got the railgun with the Sturmy.
Switch down to Sturmy, 60 health. He is in the red armor position. So look at, well, 75.
And you can see just how easy it is to defend that red. I mean, that bounce pad is one of the only two ways up. The other is for a teleporter at rail. It takes you just around the corner from red. Difficult position to attack.
Just up on that perch there, yeah. You can cover off quite a lot. And obviously, if you have the red side of the map, you have a good access to this quad area, which all four Italian players are at the moment. Zyrinx picks it as well. Let's have a look at him moving over the map. Well, switch around to Phoenix with the battlesuit pickup, and he's been caught right in this lower area. Has to get out of there quick. Look at the damage he's taken already. Despite being battlesuit, I mean, you can't afford to just take all those free shots. He does make his way up to the red armor. Is the quad going to risk going up the bounce pad against him? He does do it. Crazy. I didn't expect that. He's going to force his way through this doorway. Switch round to the quad. He's only got 11 health. Does take out Phoenix. Puri avenges the death of his battlesuit on the quad, and both pirates are eliminated with, well, the fight's still going on over this red.
Yeah, Flash missed his rails. He had an opportunity to make sure that Italy defended this, although they do look pretty comfortable now. Sturmy's started to hit his rails.
He's managed to hit that second rail on Phoenix. Only hitting 80%, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty normal for Sturmy though, I guess.
5 impressives there for a start game for Sturmy. As you switch around to Puri. In some ways, equally as legendary in Quake.
Sure is.
And here's maybe a future legend, Zyrinx. He's in 100% rail. Beat that, Sturmy.
Exactly, 100% round. What's that? He's got 6 impressives or something? Nah, not really, but still.
I think it was 16. I think he'd only taken 2 shots at that point because he's only got 7 in his clip, 66% rail, so it's probably likely.
Oh, and he's been done as well by Puri. Well, Puri did lost his own life as well.
Yeah, so in terms of the power-up play, I mean, we're going to see it throughout the map. Probably both pirates trying to win over that red area.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a comfortable position to hold. I mean, if the opposition comes looking to win it back, you know, you're kind of giving them easy kills, so it's a very nice position to have. Nice because you can rail out from it as well, as we've seen a few players do so far.
Let's follow Sparty for a little bit with his shotgun on this yellow side of the map. We didn't talk too much about the yellow side. We'll talk about it after the power-ups though, as Battlesuit is up in the hands of Dibby and the quads with Sturmy. Only 21 health. Now in 76% rail only. There is the Battlesuit. It misses the first rail though. Does hit the second. Switch around to the Battlesuit. He hasn't got any armor to work with, but he doesn't know how weak Sturmy is. There's the mega health pickup by Dibby. Might want to make his way up through this doorway to the red there. Point blank range rocket, and Sturmy should take him out here. Oh, tried to go for the air rocket, didn't need it anyway. Teammate did finish Sturmy off with machine gun in the air, and so they might have, for the first time on this map, position on this red to lock it down for a period of fight.
Maybe, maybe.
Let's have a look. Some of the players moving around the map. Well, Dippy coming in on this red, almost losing out. Sweden, despite holding the area, they almost dropped the red. Look at Sturmy coming up the bounce pad. 2 easy kills for Sweden. And the good start by Italy is just being slowly worn away again, just like we saw in Purgatory. Could we see a repeat?
We could. And it's interesting that while Sweden also have a red, Sparty's playing sort of a game where he's timing the LG and the yellow armour. So we know how good Sparty's timing is.
He is, of course, a top-level dueler. CTF player and, of course, TDM are just an all-round top.
Yeah, one of them, you have to say, there's not many people who play all 3 modes as high level as he does. I don't think any do, in fact. You know, just won a CTF LAN, been in the finals.
CZM?
Many TDM events. Yeah, maybe. Perhaps.
You know, at the absolute top
Not
level.
very similar players, but certainly playing all the different modes at a similar standard.
Because you have all-round players who are really effective in both TDM and CTF, maybe like Draven or Lincoln, but they're not quite the standard that Sparty is in Duel, so... Anyway, quad coming up, picked up by Sturmy. And Sparty with the battlesuit. Neither was particularly stacked that time, though Sturmy has now got a red armour. Rocket launcher and shaft. There's Sparty coming through. Oh my god, knocked up! Through a gap in the ceiling, in fact.
I've never even noticed that.
I hadn't seen that either, but battlesuit eliminated.
Look up, I want to see it.
Yeah. Be as shocked at us.
Nice position to find himself in. Oh wow, not a good time to come through for Puri either. You'd think maybe he had a bit of warning.
I guess that's a good point, pointed out on IRC, that Sturmy is also really strong all-rounder on the 3.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's true. Although maybe he doesn't... I mean, I know he's played in Fnatic for CTF, but maybe not quite as accomplished as Sparty is in that mode.
Yeah, I mean,
Sparty's got a very long history dating back one into Quake 3, playing at the top level.
Yeah. Here we go, moving through Phoenix aggressively on that red armour. Sturmy does manage to grab it and looks like he's going to defend it successfully, although he did just miss that rail. Does have team support though. And Italy just keeping that slender lead. It's 5 frag margin. I might have a look around the map a little bit at what...
One thing Italy have to be wary of as well, I think, is, you know, I don't think Sweden will have played this map much, so, you know, the longer this map goes, the more and more they'll understand how to play it. So if they have a close score right now, that really does put Sweden in a pretty strong position.
7 frag margin. Just going to cycle around a little bit. Dibby surely going to go down here. 2 flash. Just cycle back around the Swedish players. Puri trying to secure out this yellow armor where Dimitri was standing. Dimitri was trying to farm up some yellows, we noticed. 10 seconds to go until the power-ups are going to spawn. Phoenix with not too much to work with. His Sparty. In fact, Sweden haven't got too much as we cycle around with anyone.
Yeah, and Italy's just picking up a few frags at the moment, just before these power-ups.
Ryring's with the quad. Not going aggressive on the battlesuit, but any little delay is going to give a big advantage to the first power-up. Look at that, battlesuit nice obliterated by Zyrinx there. So controlled, stepped up his game for this map thus far. Oh, 3 frags on the run. Will he get a 4th? Dibby coming in behind him, heavy shotgun.
Brave thing to do as well by Dibby with, you know, only 25 health.
He's a brave kind of chap. 10 frags is the margin now for Italy. And they've got to be worried. After the first map, it's pretty similar going. Let's have a look at some of the stats in terms of red. 15-2, Vor. Remember that kind of score?
Exactly.
With the items, and then what happened? Sweden took control of the red, and well, the rest is history. An absolutely dominant scoreline victory on the end in the first map in Purgatory. So I'd be very wary if I was Italy at the moment. They've lost the red armor position. Puri's there.
Yeah, I mean, to only have a lead as small as this, despite such dominance on the red, they might be slightly worried about that, because, as I said earlier, you have to assume that Sweden will probably play this map better and better as it goes, because I doubt they've got much experience playing this map, because there's very few teams that actually bother with this map.
Yeah, this map has some interesting aspects, but...
Name them.
The railgun in the water.
Oh yeah, that's fascinating.
But generally speaking, I don't think many TDM teams like it, so I can't see its involvement in many more map pools. Look at this aggression by Sturmy with the plasma. Does take out Phoenix with a shotgun in the end. Took a lot of damage from Sparty in the back, but he's come out on top with 2 frags added to his margin. Dibby though,
but snuck in on this red.
Look out,
good
though,
position to find himself in, because you could assume that Battlesuit is probably fairly secure because it.
Oh, look at that! Perfectly timed rocket by Sturmy, and it was the first spammed rocket because the door wasn't being opened.
But Dibby stole away that red.
Switch round to Sturmy again. Both teams just getting the quad for Italy and the Battlesuit for Sweden. Oh,
Puri,
just
that's
diving
vicious.
in.
Vicious shotgun.
They've both only had those power-ups each so far.
I could pick up a lot of kills here.
Plays bringing Sweden right back in. Be very close scoreline by the end of this run. Zyrinx does just come out on top with that machine gun, managed to survive. Did take actually too much damage by the shotgun. Wow, look at that grenade by Phoenix. Can he save out this red? 5 seconds to go until this red spawns. Sturmy is in position. Switch round to Sturmy. Grabs himself the red armor. 68% rail for him, so Phoenix doesn't want to give it away. Look how aggressive he was with the rail. Does come out with the frag as well, Phoenix. Before we're back onto Zyrinx's point of view, he's hitting 61% rail. That's a lot more like we're used to seeing from him.
Yeah, it's still pretty low though for him.
Let's cycle around the Swedes. Dibby in this midfield area. Look, there's the mega health. Going to look at stats actually in terms of mega health. 16 to 1. So they've obviously got to focus Sweden on the mega healths. On the previous map, they had the same kind of statistics for mega health. So obviously a lot of focus on that. The thing is, it's a vulnerable item, right? But
yeah, you can see it from a lot of different locations, and even if you're not going to take it, you can just put some damage on.
But as we've seen, I mean, every time I've seen a Swedish player pick it up, they've not actually taken damage. There's been no sort of pressure on it, so maybe they're missing a trick there. Italy, it just allows Sweden to keep a level of stack, you might call it. Sturmy taking a good route there to get armoured up. Look at that first rail. Second rail as well, only 25 health. Before Puri has to pick up another 25, only 50 health. The 5 is all in front of him.
Not looking so strong.
Going to switch round to the quad. It's in Sturmy's hands. Should easily dispatch Phoenix here. He's just waiting for this battlesuit to meet some mid. In fact, he looked away at the wrong time. Look at how much damage he took. And Puri
even a split second of LG from Sturmy was enough to push the battlesuit away.
As the battlesuit does run dry. As Puri moved into the position, it's now about a 20 frag margin in favour of Italy, so they haven't done as we suggested they might do the first map. Just started to extend the lead instead. You see the rocket spammed up by Dibby. They do explode off the top surface, and it's low enough to give that splash damage on the players. See it utilised a little bit, but not that much. That was a great ambush situation on Zyrinx there. Shotgun in the back. Wow, 11 impressive for Zyrinx at 60%. If you've got aim with rail that dominant, you should definitely be getting yourself a railgun throughout the map. Because the damage output you're going to deal out is just going to be phenomenal. 30 seconds before the next power-up as we're into this second half of the map. And at this point, you've got to be thinking Sweden are going to want to start bringing this back. There's only 4 sets of power-ups left. And
yeah, I mean,
20 frag margin.
It was a lot closer a minute or two ago, and just since then, it seems like Sweden hasn't really been getting anywhere near that red armour those last couple of minutes. Been relatively unpressured. But Italy have had more stat players, able to put out more damage.
Sturmy again with the power-up pickup. It's pretty effective this time. They've had power-up play from Sturmy, which is their superstar player. Wow, look at that drop-down rocket right into the face of Dibby. Of course, he has got battlesuit, so he's not completely destroyed. Moving in, looking for that quad damage. There's the quad below him. It is Sturmy. Look at the damage he took. Does confiscate that. Oh my god, plasma. I thought he'd almost had him pinned there, Dibby. But he did escape, and he's up in the red armor area. Battlesuit almost run out, just using that last few seconds of it in the midfield.
Oh wow,
nice
that's steal of the red.
Very nice steal.
Not what Sweden wanted.
By Dimitri's. Don't think
now when you lose out on the armour and you don't really have any other stacked players, it becomes so much harder to hold the area.
Cycle around them, Puri 82 health, Phoenix 26 health. Despite no one's got armour on the Swedish team. It's a great steal there, because I mean, what do? They just stand there and wait for the red now? There's nothing else up there. Wow. Switch around 2 flash there, took a grenade in the air. Spy, I think it's Phoenix or Spy running across there. Well, Italy don't exactly look comfortable either. They've just kind of let Sweden get away with that. Three sets of power-ups left. 30 seconds till the quad. A couple of seconds later. 4 seconds later, in fact, is the battlesuit. That means the quad could get in a really good position quickly if it's already stacked to move out to the midfield and be aggressive on the battlesuit if it comes out low.
Yeah.
It's not quite long enough to actually take the pickup though. I think you need
I mean,
seconds.
if you're extremely smooth movement-wise, you would get to the suit. I think, just as it was spawning.
Here we go. Well, they've delayed it a little bit as a result.
They're not looking to.
Sturmy, those grab the battlesuit. Great steal, and this is a fantastic opportunity for them just to extend the lead beyond Sweden at this point.
Yeah, this is the opportunity now just to win the game. I mean, I don't know how Sturmy did it, but somehow he got in there against 4 of them and stole it.
Yeah, basically the first power-up steal that Italy have had over the 2 maps. Didn't get a single battlesuit on the first map, Purgatory, and now this is the first one they got. Sturmy seems to be lagging a little bit there as he moves around the corner. Does take out Sparty at the end of that run. Hasn't really extended the scoreline, but it could have put them in a magnificent position on the map and going forwards. Cycle round the Swedes after we go through some of the Italian players. There's Flash, 55 armor, and Zyrinx has 50 odd armor as well. So go over to the Swedes. Dibby, he's got a mega health, another pickup of that, 50 armor as well. Puri, nothing really to work with in terms of armor or health. Probably going to be eliminated here. Sparty, not looking too bad. But no one's really massively stacked. I mean, Dibby was probably the best stacked on the Swedish team. Maybe get back to him. No, he's not got much left now. What do they need to do in these last 4 minutes for Sweden to bring this back and maybe take it in a 2?
Well, I'm not really sure they can. I mean, all game, they've had the mega health advantage significantly and significant disadvantage on red armors. But I know which one I would prefer to have more of, and it's that red armor. Just the position as well as the actual pickup itself is just a much greater advantage than getting all those mega healths.
Dibby looking very weak and can cycle away from him. Have a look at Flash, what he's doing. Goes aggressive with Phoenix. Does get caught out, although gets the frag on Phoenix. Only 7 health left for him, but whoa, how did he miss that as a shot?
Excellent.
Here we go. Phoenix with the LG pickup. Zyrinx for Italy with the quad. Look how low this battlesuit is, though. Zyrinx would potentially come out on top of it. He's going to rail, but we know how good his rail is, so is it that much of a risk? And that's all Italy needs to do, just make sure they get their 1 power-up now. They had that 1 double power-up. It's given them extra 5 odd frags out of it, pretty much. So they have the 30 frag margin. I can't see Sweden coming back from this 4 now, with one set power-ups left.
Of course.
Impossible, hey?
Don't patronise people.
Don't patronise people?
Yeah, and especially don't patronise me.
Oh, I thought you thought it might be possible, mate.
Yeah, I'm sure I did. Not a chance, pal. This map's over. We'll move on to a third and deciding map. No losers bracket, of course, in this competition, so if you're out, you are out.
Is it a lower bracket or a losers bracket for?
Losers bracket. You know why it's called that? Because you only go in it if you're a loser. Pretty simple.
Pretty damn simple. Switch around a little bit. See Zyrinx here with the mega health pickup. One of not very many. Look how aggressive he went there. He's going to steal the red as well. Brilliant play by Zyrinx. couple of frags there. Pretty much helped with the third as well. And Zyrinx definitely stepped up his game from that first map. But here's he 37% LG there, 55 rail. Much higher than he was hitting on Purgatory. So maybe he's just warmed up now. Back to his normal dominant self.
He's having a great game on Tornado as well.
Yeah.
11k damage.
Sturmy plus 15. Last quad of the map. Zyrinx grabs it. And Dimitri with the Batsuit. So a double power up again for Italy. 2 on this map. We saw Sweden with 2 on the previous map. And I don't think the margins are going to be that different. Maybe Sweden's going to have the frag advantage. There's about a 40 frag margin.
Yeah, that's something they need to be mindful of. Do not let it go much further than this. I mean, I don't think they can. I mean, Sweden won by, I think, 51 or 49, but no, certainly don't want to let Italy have the advantage when it comes to eliminating
51,
maps.
I think they won by. Yeah, it was 51 the difference, so that's what they're looking at, because of course the frag difference is the team that decides who eliminates the first map and then who picks from the remaining 2, which is an important choice.
Yeah, very important.
You do get to choose the final map if you've got the higher frag difference, so they'll be working as hard as they can now, and it might look like a bit of a mistake to have just stood around and given a few free kills there on the first map. So someone with maths skills can work out the difference.
What do you mean?
Well, people like timing items and stuff, they can work out who's going to get the advantage. Anyway, I'm going to stop the VOD.
Sweden.